Unfortunately, I have to bring you another story with a trigger warning for sexual harassment. The Justice Hema Committee report has revealed rampant sexual abuse within the Malayalam film industry to a point which is actually shocking. According to this committee report, there are rampant requests for sexual favors, casting couch, harassment, threatening of female actors who are on location in hotels. Even minors are not being spared. Apparently, anyone who refuses is being banned from the industry and has faced online abuse from toxic fan clubs of male stars. This appears to be an organized, deliberated criminal activity that the state government has known about and has completely shielded. Now, let me take you back to the beginning of where this came from. It started in February 2017. There was a shocking case where one top actress of the Kerala film industry was abducted from her car and sexually assaulted by a gang of men. It then turned out that this gang of men were hired and paid by superstar Dilip, who was settling scores with this actor. He blamed her apparently for the collapse of his first marriage. Now, Dilip was then arrested in July 2017 and released after 85 days on bail. He's continuing to make movies till today. And in response to that case, the Chief Minister was approached by a group called Women in Cinema Collective, or WCC. They had asked the government to appoint a committee led by a retired High Court judge called Justice Hema to look into the cases of sexual abuse. Now, the report submitted to the Chief Minister in December 2019 but was not made public. Nobody knew what was in that report. Two pleas went to the Kerala High Court asking for the details of what was in that report, and that is when we've seen it now this week, 4.5 years later. Now, the complete report is 290 pages, but about 55 pages of personal depositions have been redacted and only 235 pages have been made public in order to apparently protect the identity of the people who have been named. But this is what the committee has actually talked about in this report. They've said that apparently there is a group, a power group, it's called the Mafia. It's all male, it's about 10 to 15 people, and they control absolutely everything. This is what the report says, that no man or woman can dare utter a word to offend anybody in this group because the person will be wiped out of the industry completely. Apparently, female actors are told that they need to compromise or they need to adjust. These are code words for need to make yourself available for sex on demand. And that demand, according to this committee report, can come from an actor, a producer, a director, a production controller, any person. And the woman apparently needs to make herself available to these demands. The report also says that women face sexual harassment even from very well-known people in the industry. Apparently, women from the industry have told the committee that a majority of men working in cinema actually believe that if a woman is willing to act out intimate scenes on camera, she's going to be willing to do the same off-set as well, and that is what they expect. The committee has said that several of these witnesses have produced video clips, audio clips, screenshots of WhatsApp messages as evidence of these demands that were made for them. Apparently also, it suggests that minors are not exempt. Now, everywhere else in this report, they have used the word woman when they are describing or talking with the committee about the victims of or the targets of this harassment. But in one specific paragraph, it actually talks about a girl and not a woman, suggesting that they could be one or more minor that was the target of sexual abuse. It says the girl was also told that the demand for sex can be made by anybody in cinema. Women apparently are unsafe on the sets and in their hotel rooms when they travel on location. Drunk members of the crew bang on their doors at night asking for sex, and this is very triggering. I apologize for it. Women have said that the knocking is not polite or decent. There's banging on the door by force, and on many occasions they feel the door could collapse and someone would enter their room by force, and so unless they travel with a family member simply for security, they're simply not safe on location. The report also talks about the fact that on location there are no changing rooms, the toilet facilities on sets are not enough, especially outdoor, leading to infections for women who have to just go in the open. The Hema Committee report actually says that women who work in other industries don't have to take their parents along every time they travel, so why should the women of this industry have to do it? And they're absolutely right. Beyond this, the report also describes horrific working conditions. Women are not given proper contracts. There's no commitment really on their pay that's on paper. And sometimes the actual pay, if paid at all, is a fraction of what was really promised. Junior artists are apparently treated worse than slaves and made to work 19 hours a day. Intermediaries then basically, agents take a portion of whatever they're paid. And sometimes, in one case, if there's an injury, they're not given adequate treatment. Now, I must also tell you that the report also includes witnesses and reports from men. They were also interviewing men. And this is what the men who were interviewed from the same industry had to say. A lot of them apparently said that sexual harassment existed in the film industry as much as it does in any other field of work. So there's no need to, and I'm quoting here, blow it out of proportion. Which is strikingly different from what the women have said, which is they've pointed out that there's a massive difference in the harassment in this industry and any other field. So back to what's happening right now. Days after this report was released, the Kerala High Court has asked the state government to submit the uncensored version of the report in a sealed cover. The court was hearing a petition that demanded that the state government actually take action against those who have been named who have actually committed these crimes. The Kerala government on its part has said that action will only be taken if a woman comes forward to file a complaint. This is what the Chief Minister of the state has said. If any woman who has testified in connection with the Justice Hema Committee report comes forward to file a complaint, appropriate intervention of the government will then be taken. Now, I must point out here that the government has maintained also, when it was asked why there was such a delay in publishing the report, that it's basically protecting the privacy of the witnesses. The state government and the Chief Minister have also said that the Justice Hema herself had written to the government and asked that the report not be released because of its sensitive nature of information. But the Chief Minister defending his government for not taking any action and for really working very hard to hide the details of this report this entire time. Actor Parvati, who's part of the WCC, has also said that the purpose of the committee report is not to name and shame the people, but to bring workplace practices that could protect everybody. She has reiterated that if anybody is willing to come forward and file a complaint, the WCC will support them. We have to finally boil down to this. This is obviously a group of very powerful men who've been allowed to amass more and more power as time goes on. The Chief Minister and the state government has known about this at least for 4.5 years, that we know for sure, and perhaps for much longer than that. They have chosen not to do anything. It is a conscious choice on the part of the state government of Kerala not to do anything and for allowing this to continue. This is where the fundamental problem comes, when powerful people protect other powerful people. Someone recently said in response to the case in Kolkata is that we don't need men to protect us. We need men to stop protecting each other. The case in Kerala right now with the Hema Committee report is a clear case of powerful men protecting each other.